Hi guys, Virginia here, and I'm back with another 12x12 process video for you today using the Kitaholic Kits April kits. And I decided to kind of really feature these wood veneer pieces today. So what I'm going to do is colour them with embossing powder. So I'm using some Ranger Superfine Gold embossing powder, and I've just got my Versamark clear sticky ink pad there, and I'm just pushing them into the ink, putting the embossing powder on, and then heating them with my heat tool, and they're coming up beautifully and shiny. So I only do a couple, don't make you watch me do them all, and just one coat is enough. I find that the superfine embossing powder melts really nice on top of wood veneer, as you'll see shortly. Rightio, so most of them are done, and I decided to kind of pull in a bit of that blush tones that's in those enamel dots. So I've got this, I think it's Zing embossing powder, and it's called Blush, and I colour a few of the wood veneer pieces in this. Now this is in a super fine, it's thick, so it didn't come up as nicely as the gold, but that's okay. I need to end up doing a few pieces in the blush, a few little tiny stars. Okay. Rightio, so I'm going to use, I'm going to add, and my title is going to be, it's going to be, I'm going to use one of the ephemera pieces, and it's going to be Meet Me on the Couch XOXO. And I'm using the Kaisercraft chipboard letters, and I'm doing the same process as I have done for the wood veneer, and I am gold embossing them. And they've come up beautifully as well. So that's all done. I've kind of pushed it to the side. I've pulled out some of the acrylic stars that I think I'm going to use, some white ones, two of the blue ones, two of the grey ones, but I only end up using the white ones. And now I'm just flicking through the ephemera packs I've got. So I've got an exclusive one that I'm just flicking through now. This is exclusive to the Kitaholic Kits. And the second one I've kind of flicked through is the Pink Fresh Studio, a case of the Blaz die cut pack. So I've pulled out some pieces, and I've chosen my background paper. It's this lovely white with they're almost like plus signs, little black marks, and it's got a black and white stripe down the bottom, and I like that because it's kind of neutral, but it feels very, because it's so light, it feels quite feminine to me. So that's why I chose it. And I've chosen my photo. It's a photo of Eddie. We'd spent a long afternoon feeding the cars. It had been rainy and miserable outside, and came home, had a hot shower and warm bath, and she snuggled up in her jammies on the couch under the blanket, just chilling out, watching TV while I am getting tea ready. So I just thought it was a cute little thing. She's got the cheekiest grin on her face. Now the photo's not such a great quality, so I've printed it a bit smaller. It's about half a 4x6, or slightly smaller than that. And now I'm just mounting it on some paper. So these are both from Pink Fresh Studio, case of the Blaz. This is what was in the kit. So I've got a lovely white with black scripty font as my first layer, and then a blue and white cheek as my second layer, and that's just to bring in a little bit of colour. So I'm going to do basically a layout that I've kind of done recently before, but I really liked how it looked. But this time my intention is to show a bit more of the actual stitching. So I'm going to do a large circular element, and what I'm doing is just marking the centre of the page, and I'm going to use my compass and my pencil and just draw a circle in pencil in the centre of the page, pretty much. When I get there, I didn't want to poke the pointy bit right through the page so that I end up with a hole, so I'm trying to be careful not to do that. So rightio, I'm back now. I've run that through my sewing machine with some gold thread, and just done multiple messy circles around the page. I've probably gone around 1, 2, 5 times, I think. Took a wee while, but we got there, and my sewing machine didn't fight with me because there was no adhesive for it to go through. So there we go. It's all done. It looks rather pretty. And now I'm just going to start to embellish. So here's my main piece. This is going to be part of my title. And I thought it was kind of perfect for this layout. And I pulled out some of the leaves from the die cut pack, and I thought that they were quite pretty. So that leads me to do a little fussy cutting later on to kind of add to them. Okay, so I'm just placing them around that circular element, and this large chipboard, not chipboard, it's a wood veneer that I've gold embossed. I'm going to put that in the side. I do end up moving that to the left hand side of the photo. I'm just placing my little X's and O's, just putting them on the page, And these circular ones, I did it with the blush embossing powder, but I don't end up putting them on the page. The circular elements they felt a bit off, being like a circle on a circle, if that made sense. They looked funny to me, so I don't end up using those circular pieces, but I do end up using all of the stars, the wood veneer stars. So there we go, I've just moved that wood veneer star to the left hand side. I've put that little black and white tag down the bottom, and here I am, this circular element. I loved the sentiment on it in the heart, but again it was a circular element and it felt out of place. So I end up taking that piece off. I'm just putting all the little stars around the page now. Just put them in place, trying to get a real nice kind of scattered effect around that circle, and just get them spaced out enough, but then clustering a few together. I've got a couple of those lovely little blush pink cardstock stars that were part of the exclusive pack, and here I am. I thought about putting on the blue, but I take it off. I don't like the blue there, so I'm going to really play on the gold, the white, the black and the pink, and I do bring in some soft mint green in the form of enamel dots later on. So I'm still just placing them around the page, checking that I like it. And now I'm going to just go through the other bits and pieces that I've got in the kit. So this is an offcut of one of the Pink Fresh Studio A Case of the Bars chipboard sheets, and that was from one of the frames. So I've just tucked that under the photo just to add a bit of interest. And I've been away and done some fussy cutting out of one of the 12x12 papers and cut out a few of the leaves, and that's just going to fill in some of those gaps a bit and add a bit more interest around the circle, because I've already got some leaves there, so I might as well add to them. So just adding a couple down there under that X and O. Another one at the top of these photos. And I tuck that one just beneath the photo. And another one, a darker one there, and another one up here. And a couple there, and that kind of fills in the space nicely. Okay, I'm liking how that's looking. So I'm going to take all of those little wood veneer shapes off, and I'm going to start adhering things down. So I'm just going to put a thin little bit of fun foam behind my adhesive foam, behind my photo. That's just going to prop it up, because there's the chipboard and the wood veneer on either side. So that helps to put them in place. I'm just going to put a bit of glue behind that chipboard piece, and then I'll tuck it in underneath that photo once I've adhered it down. This ephemera piece has got, they're almost like little stars. I just tuck that in under the corner of the photo. It brings in a bit of a peachy pinky colour. And I will tuck that chipboard in place when I get there. I don't make you watch me adhere everything down, just bits of it. It's a pretty simple process, just tucking that tag back in place. And that's going to be a spot for my journaling. Okay, I was having a quick look through the puffy stickers, and there wasn't too much on there that caught my eye. There was a one piece that said mischief in the making, which kind of went with her cheeky little smile that she's got in the photo. So I pulled that out, and I will put that in place once I've adhered a few more things down. I'm just putting a bit of glue behind these wood veneer stars, and then I'll tuck them behind the left of the photo. And then I'm going to work at gluing all these leaf pieces down. Okay, so we're about part way through now. I've glued all those leaves down, well, most of them, and I've just put a bit of adhesive foam behind that ephemera piece that says meet me on the couch, just so that I can tuck those leaves underneath it. So just a bit of glue on there and tucking them in. And I am a little bit further along now, and I pulled off a little black and white sticker from one of those sticker sheets, and that one just says today. So I've put that on the photo, and now I'm just adhering down the X, the chipboard X, and the O. So it's a really simple process, but I really love how the layout turned out. It's really soft and light and pretty, and it's got gold on it, which is my favourite. And just the little soft touches of pink, and all the white is quite pretty. So, and I love all the stars. They turned out really nice as well. So there we go. Most of them are all stuck down. I'm just adhering the last few around that circle. And I try again that circular piece. I love the colour, but the circular element just wasn't working. So I'll probably use them on another layout at some stage. So I'm just going through the enamel dots, the Pink Fresh Studio ones that came in the kit. And I'm pulling out the blush pink and the little minty green. So I like the little, a touch of them, little scatters of colour around that circle. Circular element. And that just brings a bit of interest to it, just so it's not just all black and white and gold. Just tucking them in around the place. A little pink one there, and a larger green one that I tuck just under that leaf. And a little green one there. And another little green one there. And a pink one. I think that's it. Yep. Radio. So I'm just going to do my journaling spot now. I've just grabbed some green metallic twine from my stash, and I've just threaded that through. I'm going to quickly write my journaling. That just says snuggles after a rainy afternoon feeding the calves. And then I will grab a little bit of adhesive fun foam and stick that behind the tag, but I will loop that gold twine around in between the foam and the tag, so it'll hold it in place, so then I don't have to worry about any wayward strings obstructing the page or making it look funny. So here I am with that foam, just adhering it to the back of the page. There we go, and I'll put a little bit of glue behind the tag and tuck it in between those layers. There we go. And I like how that looks. Rightio. So I did contemplate using gold High Swap Colour Shine, but I stopped myself and decided to use the blush High Swap Colour Shine, and that just brings in a bit more pink onto the page, and I really like how that looks. I'm glad I didn't use the gold. There's quite a lot going on, a lot of that already. So that's pretty much it for my layout. I hope you enjoyed the process, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.